Privilege breeds entitlement, and much of the time, entitlement makes people think they can behave a certain way when they most definitely can't. You are about to hear the top 10 influencers who went too far and got exposed part 3. Are you ready? I am ready. What is gravy? You are watching IO. I'm Charlotte Dobre, filling in for Jocelyn Bedard, so if you were expecting to see her here, sorry to disappoint. I'm the captain now. Me. I'm the captain. Subscribe so we get to hang out on the daily and follow the IO team on social media so we can connect outside of YouTube. Now let's get to our daily dose of spilled tea, shall we? That rhymed. In at number 10 on our list, we got Ryan Toys Review. In the fall of 2019, the YouTube channel Ryan Toys Review was slapped with a Federal Trade Commission complaint. The channel is run by Ryan Kaji's parents, and it is the most successful channel on YouTube. But according to the consumer watchdog Truth in Advertising, Ryan has been, quote, deceiving millions of young children on a daily basis by not properly disclosing sponsored content, which is against the law. Any sponsored content, video, pictures must feature some sort of disclaimer stating that the content is an advertisement, especially when it comes to children's content. Preschoolers are too young and unable to differentiate between paid promotion and regular content. On TV, there's a commercial break. In Ryan's videos, the paid promotions are disguised as regular content. As of November 2019, there's been no update on what consequences Ryan's channel will face, but his parents have changed the name of his channel to Ryan's World instead of Ryan Toys Review. Not really sure what that's about. In at number 9, we got James Charles' Met Gala comments. In May of 2019, James Charles made some entitled comments that were arguably the beginning of his historic downfall on YouTube. He posted this photo to Instagram of his look, with the caption, "Being invited to such an important event like the ball is such an honor, and a step forward in the right direction for influencer representation in the media, and I am so excited to be a catalyst." Even now, the post is still up and it has almost 300,000 comments. James was harshly criticized for likening himself and privileged influencers as a whole to minorities, people who do deserve representation in the media but are only now beginning to get it. My favorite tweet response to James's post was this one. "Ah yes, the historically oppressed and marginalized class influences." I always read that tweet in a British accent, like a hoity-toity queen British accent. I've also been watching The Crown lately. In at number 8 on our list, Can You Fund My Vacation? Another Beautiful Day Official are an influencer couple with 45.6 thousand followers on the gram. They shared a post to the platform that at first glance sounded like a sales pitch, but as you kept reading, it turned out to be them asking their followers to pay for a vacation. The post said, "Me and Ellie will cycle towards Africa and hopefully beyond. We want to take you on this huge adventure." Who? Me? They're talking about me! They're not talking about me. They continued, "A celebration of life as we ride freely across mountains, by the sea, and through metropolitans." Essentially, they were raising $11,000 from a GoFundMe, and it would go towards bike gear, food, accommodation when needed, internet, SIM cards, and to keep us up to date. I really need updates on how your vacation is going. Needless to say, a lot of people were not amused by this shameless attempt at a money grab. The plea made international news, and people flooded the comment section with things like, "Get a real job and pay for it yourself." Agreed. And at number 7, we got Freddie Bentley. In November of 2019, Instagram influencer Freddie Bentley, who has 101,000 followers on Instagram, went viral for saying that kids should learn less about World War II and more about climate change and Brexit. In an interview with Good Morning Britain, he admitted that he wishes he learned less about the most important event ever to take place in the history of humankind because it was, quote, "so intense." He said, I quote, "I don't think it needs to be in such a young way young children, like mentally, mental health. To be told this amount of people died for you. I just learned as a child it's so intense." That did not make much sense, but that's what he said. Yeah, you're darn right it's intense. 6 million Jewish people died in the Holocaust and 70 million people died in total because of that war in gruesome and unjust ways. But even now, with all the education we get in schools, there's a growing population of Holocaust deniers, a growing ignorance that surrounds the Holocaust. Naturally, he got a fair amount of backlash, so he clarified his remarks in an Instagram post that said he wishes schools would focus more on current events. He said, I quote, "World War II needs to be taught in moderation to promote mental health and focus on teaching young people real life skills, and to prepare for current issues that are relevant to us, such as how to get a mortgage. What are the real impacts of Brexit and climate change for a future generation?" Like, I mean, I get what he's saying, but I also don't think that we should learn less about the Holocaust. And at 6 on our list, we got Emma Hallberg. We've talked about Emma a few times on this channel, but she's definitely relevant to this list. Emma Hallberg is an influencer with 314,000 followers at the time of this recording. From her posts, it's hard hard to imagine that she's anything other than mixed race. But in November of 2018, many of her followers who were black women discovered that she was actually a white woman. An old photo of Emma Hallberg was found and passed around on Instagram, and it shows a very different Emma Hallberg than her followers are used to. Emma defended herself after she got an insane amount of backlash, claiming she's grown more tanned over the years. Regardless of your opinion, Emma is one of the most famous instances of a concept called blackfishing, a term to describe influencers who are posing as ethnic. Halfway there now at number 5, we got bad taste. In September of 2019, a Russian Instagrammer, Xenia, I am not sure if I am saying that correctly, got a ton of backlash for a tasteless Instagram post that showed her reclining against the New York City skyline, One World Trade Center in the background, with the caption, "Making it dramatic since 2001. Hashtag New York Fashion Week 2019. Many people in the comment section of this post were saying that she should change the caption because it sounded like she was saying that 9/11 was dramatic. Oh yeah, and she posted this photo on September 11th at exactly the same time that one of the hijacked planes crashed into the Twin Towers. That's awkward. Within 10 minutes of posting the photo, her caption was changed to something far less offensive, which was "Making it dramatic for Fashion Week." In at 4 on our list, we got Kristin Hancher and the horse. Kristin Hancher is an influencer with nearly 6 million followers on Instagram and 1 million subs on YouTube, but back in the summer of 2019 she was harshly criticized for this photo she posted to Instagram. It shows her riding a horse wearing a bikini, but the horse is quite deep in the water. Some said too deep for it to be safe. The post garnered 8,000 comments, many of which were criticizing Kristin of animal abuse, and she sacrificed the horse's health for a photo op in a bikini. Other people said that the ocean is full of toxins that could have harmed the horse, and some said that a wave could easily injure the horse. I don't know much about horses, so I don't know if it's safe or not for a horse to be that deep in the water, but clearly a lot of people felt this way. Anyways, Kristin Hancher's representative defended her in an interview, saying that she's an animal lover who owns 2 dogs and she would never do anything to hurt an animal, adding the horse was safe at all times. The post is still viewable on Kristin's page now. It is quite a beautiful photo though, you have to admit. In at 3, influencer fillers. In November of 2019, an influencer was sentenced to 4 years in prison for illegally performing hyaluronic acid injections on her followers in both her home and in various hotel rooms around Germany. Court records also state that she performed some of these injections in clubs. Like nightclubs. Oh yeah, you wanna just go to the club, guys? I hear there's a girl giving injections. She was eventually outed after several of her followers complained of swelling or pain from the injections, which she also performed without wearing gloves or a mask. Hella unsanitary, people. It turns out that she earned around $500,000 from these illegal injections, $500,000 that she didn't pay tax on, so she was ordered to pay around $73,000 in addition to her 4-year prison sentence. In at 2 on our list, Kylie and Kendall Jenner's T-shirts. The Jenner sisters were called out in July of 2017 for a new line of T-shirts they had created, featuring their faces superimposed on top of images of the Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur. They did not have the permission of the deceased rappers' families to use their images, and especially not so disrespectfully. At the time, Valletta Wallace, Biggie's mother, criticized the Jenners and threatened legal action. The shirts were being sold for $125 each, yet the family wasn't even contacted. Even Sharon Osbourne tweeted at the time, "Girls, you haven't earned the right to put your face with musical icons. Stick to what you know, lip gloss." Sharon Osbourne out here serving some tape! The Jenner sisters were forced to pull the line of t-shirts after the backlash, and honestly, yeah, you should do that. That's very bad. It's a step too far. And at number 1 on our list, we got the Ouchwits influencers. I can't even believe that Auschwitz and influencers are being featured in the same sentence, but here we go. Auschwitz and influencers are 2 words that should never go together. Okay, so back in March of 2019, the Auschwitz Museum had to publicly warn people to stop posing for photos on concentration camp railway tracks, a problem that the museum felt they had to address. The museum tweeted at the time, "When you come to Auschwitz Museum, remember you are at a site where over 1 million people were killed. Respect their memory. There are better places to learn how to walk on a balance beam than the site which symbolizes deportation of hundreds of thousands to their deaths." The tweet went viral and also featured photos that showed people walking along the railway tracks, just so, oh my god, let's just take a cute photo at Auschwitz. Like, no. Don't do that. That's very offensive. The museum didn't ban photography, but instead encouraged people to take photos that commemorate the victims without being disrespectful, like this photo they shared to their Instagram. Well, there you have it, friends. Which was the most disrespectful influencer on this list? Let me know in the comments. For now, I'm gonna wrap up this video with some comment features from part 2. Let's see what you guys say about me when I'm not around, huh? JG said, "Other than IO, I don't trust anything online anymore." That's a lot of pressure. You mean I have to like do research and check sources? Cause like, I'm just kidding, I already do that. Mel Harry said, I think I've been living under a rock. I had never heard of an influencer until I watched I.O. Maybe I should get Instagram. You must have been living under a very large, very mossy rock. Helen Elizabeth said, am I the only person who thinks all the people on this channel sound the same when they talk? Yeah, and I think there's a reason for that. I think Jocelyn, when she first started working here, watched my videos to learn how to be a host on I.O. But it's also just like the general like news voice, you know, like yeah, you know. Anyways, that is it for me. Stick around for some bonus content if you're interested. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want more, and I'm gonna see you in a future I.O. video. I'm going to try that whole thing again. Don't mind me. My brain's not working today. Ah yes. You don't say. I'm not sweetie, I am darling or cabbage. You must be talking about someone else. People who do deserve representation in the media but are only